Today we're going to be building something completely random, so let's get straight to it. Hey trader devs, I hope you're all going extremely well. My name's David and welcome to my channel where I go through trading strategies that I find on YouTube and on the web, and then I use code to debunk the bad ones and find the good ones. Today we're going to be looking at something a bit different, as I say that quite often, but anyway, yes, today we're going to be looking at something a bit different. After 9 months, I found that I'm coming to a point where I'm using the same indicators all the time, and TradingView has several thousand indicators to explore. So I thought I'd do something slightly different. I built a bot in Python which you're going to randomly pick using magical powers and high technology that's built by Elon Musk. No, it's built by me and it's not that much better than a couple of lines of code as a matter of fact. But I'm going to be choosing randomly 3 indicators from TradingView thanks to a Python script that I built. And then I'm going to be building a strategy with those 3 indicators. I'll use my boilerplate, so I'll be able to add things like the ADX quite easily to them. And we'll just see whether it gives good results. I thought it was a good idea because that way we get to explore some indicators that we may not have seen before. Some hidden indicators and maybe find a gem or 2 as we go along. So I guess the best thing is to get straight over to my computer and have a look at the bot and start coding this strategy. As always, I really hope you enjoy the video, and if you don't mind just giving it a good old thumbs up, it helps me to join the community. And you can always add any of my indicators. The links are down in the description below. Right, let's get to my computer. Here we are on TradingView. So the idea is I've built a bot which is randomly going to scroll through all of these scripts and pick 3 random scripts. It's going to go through all of the pages and go back as far as it can and choose just 3 of them. Completely random, so that we can maybe build a indicator. Let's hope that it works and build something good. And then what I'll do is I'll glue them all together, create a strategy, use my boilerplate and add the other indicators that we have inside the boilerplate for confluence. Before I go any further, Vlad from our community has started a giveaway where one member is going to get a lifetime DaviddTech VIP status giveaway for the Easter. Happy Easter to anybody that is actually celebrating Easter. He's giving away a lifetime membership to DaviddTech, so if you want to join, you can find the links are down in the description. Right, here we have the bot that I've made. It's Python, it's pretty simple. And as you can see, it's actually based on Cilium, so it's just a bot that's using the undetected Chrome driver so that we can get into TradingView without being detected. And then we're going to just open it. We're going to go randomly through the divs. I don't know how many developers there are in our group, but it pretty much just randomly goes through the number of pages, then chooses a page and then selects one of the indicators from that page. Pretty simple really, so I guess the best thing is to click the button, run the page and see whether it works. Okay, here it is open. We're going to choose 3. Okay, we're on the 109th page. We've taken the Hearst cycle. General clone. Okay, that's the first one. Our second indicator is going to be the mean deviation detector. Okay, very cool. Right, and the last one is the AlphaTrend. So we have AlphaTrend, we have mean deviation detector. Throw out all of the other indicators. Okay, and then we have our last one, which is the Hearst cycle channel clone. Look pretty good to me. So let's start having a look at some of these indicators and start adding them to our charts. Okay, the first indicator is the AlphaTrend. It looks very much like a super trend kind of script to me. It includes ATR, the CCI in the calculations. It's actually, I've been reading through it. It's developed on the trend magic, but tries to solve a couple of problems, so they've gone through and recoded that. By the looks of it, it seems quite a good indicator. You can find the links down in the description below. It is a free indicator that you can use. It uses ATR, MFI and the CCI in the calculations. What I'm going to probably be using it is very much like a super trend. When we're above and price is above, we're going to be buying, and when we're below the price, we're going to be shorting. Okay, the MDD, the mean deviation detector, seems to be the guy who created it. Seems extremely confident with the indicator. It says you can put it with the Kettner channel overlay, which is great because I believe that the other two are pretty similar to the Kettner channel. The MDD is a volatility indicator, which is going to give us the extreme values. I think what I'll be doing is I'm going to be using it a bit like an MACD. As soon as this comes over the 0 line, we're going to be looking for longs, and when it comes below, we're going to be looking for shorts. I'm sure that seems to work. It seems that it works with volume profiles and things like that. Been looking at the code a little bit. It seems rather simple, to be honest. As you can see, we're using the EMA 15 and 30. It's the SMA, sorry, the SMA 15 and the EMA 30. Creating a bias baseline, we're dividing that by 2. And then we're creating a percentage of all of that to work out what this would be. Let's give that one a, we're going to put that onto the chart as well. And our last one is this Hearst cycle channel clone by Lazy Bear, one of my favorite developers on TradingView. He's come up with this one. This one's made by him, but inspired obviously by the Hearst channel. So what we're doing is, by looking at the diagrams and all of his description here, he believes that these are creating supports and resistance as they're bumping around and moving up and down. As we come out of this channel here, we're going to be looking for longs. So when the red channel crosses over the green channel, a bit like the squeeze momentum, we're looking for longs. And when it comes below, we're actually looking for shorts like this here. So that's what we're going to be coding. I'm going to be converting all these to Python script 5, and then we're going to be converting that. I will put links to all of these indicators in the descriptions below, or you can just add my indicator with all of them integrated. Right, let's go. Okay, I've added all of these indicators to our screens, and I think by the first look of it, what I'm going to be doing is the MDD, which is our first indicator down here, which is the bottom indicator down the bottom here. I believe that what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that when the blue candles are above the 0 line, we're looking for longs, and when it's below the 0 line, we're looking for shorts. Obviously, the alpha trend, when we're in a sell, when price is below this sell line, we're going to be looking for shorts. And when it's above this line, we're going to be looking for longs, which is pretty obvious. And then we're looking for the more rare signal of this HCCLB to be crossing over. Now I've changed the colors of them, so we've got the white line here and the red line being the external lines. And then we have the middle lines here, which are both yellow. So when the lower yellow line crosses over the red line, we're looking for shorts. And then if I come all the way back here, hopefully we'll find somewhere. Yeah, okay, when the yellow line goes over the white line here, we're looking for longs. So it makes it a little bit more rare. So my entry would have been just here. I'm not sure what we would use as a stop loss or a take profit at the moment, but we'll work that out as we go along. So we have our blue lines here. They're in the buy. We're looking for a crossover here. We're above the alpha trend. We're going to add our shorts here. I should imagine the stop loss would be pretty close with a 1% or something like that. And then we might follow the trend up until either it comes back over and crosses over up here. And that would have been a win of 3% and a bit. So that's a good win. As I said, that's just hindsight anyway. We're just looking for these entries to see if this could potentially work as a strategy. This one will be a short. As you can see, we're in the below the 0 line here. Put a short on the screen here. We have our sell signal from the alpha trend. We're just going to be waiting for that yellow line to cross that red line. We've got our entry just here at 0.5 stop loss, as I said, and then we're looking for it to cross back over, and that would have been about a 2% win on there as well. Okay, so anyway, that's roughly speaking, could have been a lot less. It could have been all the way back up here. We'll do something like the ATR to try and do a take profits to get our best profits possible. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to go through all of these. I've started by upgrading them to version 5 here, and then I'm going to convert them, add them to the boilerplate, and then I'll be back with you in a couple of minutes. Okay, let me go through the code very quickly. So like I said, I've literally copied and pasted all of that code that we have found from these indicators. Okay, so the first one here we have is the MDD here. Then we have the AlphaTrend with the buy signals here. And then we have our last one, which is the HCLB. And then all I've done is literally put in a enter long, enter short signals here, hoping for the best, and I've just got to save that and press the strategy tester. We're going to randomly name this one after a character from Walking Dead, as I'm a fan of the Walking Dead. Let's hit that random button. We're going to call it Michonne. Fantastic. This is definitely going to be the warrior that I was expecting with a name like Michonne. We're perfect. Right, so we're going to call this trading strategy the Michonne. Okay, so I'm going to hide all of these indicators now. Now we have just the Michonne ready. As you can see, let's open up the control panel. Okay, so this is what I've come up with and the changes that I've made. So I'm using the ATR with risk to reward. The risk to reward I'm using is 4 currently. I'm going to be using a trailing stop to protect our capital as we're going along. The multiplier on the trailing stop is 3, which is default on the boilerplate at the moment. The reason being is it keeps it a little bit further away from the price action, so it gives it a little bit more room to move around for price to go up and down, and it just doesn't get hit out so quickly. We're going to be hitting that. We're going to be activating that as soon as we've hit 40% of our take profit. So we have our take profit up the top here, and as we go up, when we hit 40% of that between the entry point and the take profits, the take profit being the final take profit, the close of trade. When we hit 40% of that, we're actually going to start trailing our take profits and take profit stops. Trading stop, sorry. The ATR trading profit is also activated. Now that means that when the final take profit is taken, we're just going to trail until the price makes a pullback and comes back and hits that ATR, giving us just that little bit more extra profit every time. Anything here I haven't added on there. I've added 20x leverage and we're using 10% of our capital. We're going to be maximizing our risk to 1.5 of the stop loss. When the ATR dumps, all of a sudden we can end up with quite big stop losses, so I put that as a maximum of 1.5. We're taking profits multiply. Actually, we're actually taking them in 2 levels. As you can keep going down, I haven't added any moving averages because they already have them on there. We've added the Heikin-Ashi overlay. Now that seemed to added a couple of % to our success rate and also removed a couple of % off of our max drawdown. We haven't added the flat market indicator. I have added the ADX, which I did just sweep across, obviously, which is probably the most important indicator we got. The ADX, I'm using the stochastic algorithm that I built. I'm using the MA for the line, which is something that I built as well, which is just 100 EMA instead of the static line that we normally use. I've added 100 EMA because that seems to work really well with the stochastic the ADX, and that's it. And if we go and have a look at the results, I'm pretty impressed for our first go. We found some decent indicators here. We have 340% net profit, 66.56 win rate, 1.4 profit factor, which I would have preferred it to be a bit closer to 2 personally myself. But it's a good start for a first random indicator. If we look at the number of trades, we have a really good pool of 305 trades, so 203 wins and 102 losses. Net profit was, net profit we have down here anyway. We had max wins in a row of 11, max losses in a row was 7, which is a bit hard to swallow when you hit 7 losses in a row, but hey. Okay, that was our first random strategy that we built. Everything was random, including the name. You can download the Michonne trading strategy on TradingView. The links are down in the description to add that to your TradingView. Pretty impressed really for my first one that I did. It may not be the best strategy we built, but a 300% X. But with a 300% gain on the count, why not, hey? I will continue to do these once a week so we can discover indicators that we may not have seen before. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget the giveaway down in the description. You can also add this indicator and play around with it using these links down in the description. Have a great day, and I will see you on Friday, maybe Wednesday. Take care, keep safe, keep coding, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.